utterly alone after her enslaved mother died when she was 6 or 7. No sailors on her ship, no gods to capture winds in a leather pouch and deliver them to her for speed when she fled the violence of Reconstruction in Tennessee. Daisy, your father's grandmother, a lovely trickster who kept secret the identities of the men who fathered her 4 daughters, even, as they say, taking their names to her grave. A woman with a smile so incandescent she was threatened with death if she took her face away from her first husband. Her single captain was Aunt Dear, a fierce goddess of retribution herself after they fled Mississippi. Ruby, my paternal grandmother, her hopeful travels in a Model A Ford with a battalion of 5 sisters from Illinois to Colorado, and then marriage to someone she fled again and again. The sisters her aid, the husband her love and her enemy, until the Rocky Mountains claimed her. Rosa, my mother's stepmother, a woman from a Grimm's fairy tale, a stern and tireless general who with no assistance kept my feckless grandfather and his children alive by leading them to Fontana, California. The Promised Land. All the women ended up in Calafia, a mythical island ruled by a warrior queen whose inhabitants were black women. It is said our state was named for her. The Odyssey was an epic poem meant to be declaimed aloud to people assembled for hearing the tale of harrowing travels home, for loyalty and love. We heard our stories, spoken cautiously or whispered. Here are the women, the origin bodies for thousands of Americans, including you, my daughters. My mother gave me my first book when I was 3. I read the Greek and Roman myths when I was 5, in Dolaire's wonderful illustrated anthology, because a kindergarten teacher was kind to me and let me sit in the corner with books. I was mesmerized by the pantheon of gods and goddesses, memorized their powers, fascinated by the Odyssey, by the monster Scylla and the beautiful sirens. I imagined myself running like Diana the Huntress when I was attacked by boys or men, actually prepared perfect scathing rebukes, like Athena, who sprang from her father's head fully formed and intellectually whole. My father was gone, and my mother was working, but I sprang from the pages of books fully formed. Though I was so small and thin and ugly, I was often invisible, except for when I was hunted, as a girl and young woman, as so many of us were then, and I had to use what I'd learned in books to escape. Sometimes the women in our family didn't escape. The women crossed thousands of miles of hardship, so that when I was 14 and your father was 15, he could walk 1 mile from his house to the end of my street. No one had cars. No one had any money for a date. We met only in parks, where he bounced a basketball in the playground of my elementary school. I walked there to meet him. We sat on the wooden bench against the chain-link fence that separated the playground from the railroad tracks 20 feet away. His shirt, white waffle-weave long underwear with the sleeves cut off for a tank top. I remember the smell of freshly laundered cotton and high karate even now. My shirt, a halter top I'd sewn from 2 red bandanas from a pattern I found in 17 magazine. We talked for a long time in the darkness, played a few games of horse. I wondered why it was always horse and never something more entertaining, like platypus or elephant or anaconda, and returned to the splintery bench. We kissed for the first time. His arms were the color of palm bark, brown with a glossy red underneath, and his fingers so long and elegant that when he put my palm against his, my whole hand barely came to the middle knuckles. My arms should have been pale, but this was 1975. Some girls rubbed Johnson's baby oil onto their skin and lay at the beach or beside pools to get brown. I had the baby oil, but no beach or pool. I mowed lawns and lay in the bed of my dad's truck while he drove us to the desert. Your father pointed...